Yeah, the Kaminga thing last night, I think that was really cool, and that's where my brain is. I would love, and I bet it is for them too. As long as the rest of the league is standing there staring at you when you shoot your three, as long as they're just like, yeah, whatever, dude. I want to see Kaminga get to the point where they're like, no, run at him, guard him, get a hand in his face. If he develops an outside jump shot, he's unstoppable. And then the second thing on my mind is when you get that bag, do you change? I don't want to see a video like we did of Jordan Poole a couple years ago of Jonathan Kuminga jumping up and down with a smile on his face, yelling, "We gonna get a bag." It was campy and cute at the time. I don't have anything against it. I don't have a jealous bone in my body. But a year and a half later, Jordan Poole's doing an interview in Washington, and he's like, money, championship, did all that with the Warriors. Check, check, check. We're fine. No, you wonder why you're the most inefficient player in the entire league. So that's where my focus is with Jonathan Kuminga.
Last night on the ESPN broadcast, they had Kerr mic'd up, and it was a timeout, and the Warriors were playing real fast and real hard out of the halftime break, second half. And he goes, you guys run whatever you want. Just rebound and keep playing hard.
Huh.
And that's what he said in the huddle. He liked what he was seeing. Just keep playing fast, keep playing hard, just rebound, play defense, do whatever you want on offense. Just run. He said, run whatever you want. I was like, that's so cool. He's acknowledging the fact that they're giving an effort. They're playing well.
Yep.
Why would he cloud it by coaching? Sometimes the greatest coaches don't coach. Sometimes coaches just say play. Because if you're a micromanager and you're on top of everything, you're going to take away the athletic ability that you're seeing right in front of your eyes. And it was a beautiful rhythm to the game. The offense was just tic-tac-toe, move, move, move. Steph doing a curl, gets the ball in the baseline shot, all in one motion, swish. Everyone was moving. It was a beautiful thing to see last night on offense. And Steve said, run whatever you want. I'm like, that's a good coach.
Yeah.
That's a good coach.
And he's got 2 Hall of Fame point guards.
Yeah, I know. He's got coaches on that.
No, but that's kind of the point, right? It's like, you guys know what you're doing. You're playing the Grizzlies. There's nobody on that floor right now who knows what they're doing.
Chris Paul's been sneaky good, too, by the way.
He really has.
It's just like...
There's another one where and I actually won't even say I was wrong. I just had to get over something. I didn't think Chris was going to be bad. I had defensive concerns, but I just had to get over something. I couldn't, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't enjoy watching Chris Paul play basketball. I don't want him on the Warriors, but there's no doubting what you're saying.
I think a lot of fans were like you, but then the more you see this guy and how efficient he is and how the passes are right on a tee with the seams and it's one motion. It's like a double play feed from the shortstop to the second baseman. Whenever he passes, it's not just a pass to an open guy in the right decision. Watch where the pass goes. He's teeing it up for these guys. And he's always finding the right guy.
Well,
and then if it's him, I'll shoot it, swish.
Well, if you're a Warrior fan, you've gotten used to, we accept the crazy turnover because we also get the crazy three-pointer. We get that ball movement that's so damn beautiful a few times a night where it's like when you do the around the back and it goes right into the defender's chest and it leads to a dunk the other way from Steph at a bad moment in the fourth quarter, you're kind of like, I'm going to breathe. I'm going to breathe through this because it's Steph and it's the Warriors and I'm okay with it. We're not used to what Chris Paul does. He brings the ball up the floor, and I'm like, well, this is going to lead to a shot. I don't know if it's going to go in, but it's going to lead to a good shot because I just have complete faith that there's going to be no bad decisions. None. It's crazy.
Yeah. And the more I see, the more I like. Do I know where this team's going? I know it was the Grizzlies and they're down. I understand that. Sure, I'm not going to get crazy over it, but I'm enjoying the effort. I'm enjoying the fact that they've been through a lot this year with the suspension and losing a coach, and they're still giving that effort. And I've been saying forever that the best tribute you can give to a fallen teammate or coach is to go out there and play hard, and they've done that. And I know there's no moral victories. It's the highest level, and we're to parades here. But what you're seeing from Kaminga right now, what you're seeing from Podziemski, I think the future's bright. I really do. And Podziemski's he plays hard, and it was cool at first, and I love the kid, and he's a hustler, and he's a basketball player in every sense of the words. But these charges are going to shorten his career. He's just getting run over by trucks every night. He's hitting his head. He's barely getting up from charges. It's a long season. Like, if I'm Steve in the organization, I'm gonna say like, I love this, I love the effort, but let's take less charges next year.
Yeah, but
we don't need those all the time.
I look at him.
I need you on the court,
right? But the 21-year-old Podziemski is going to play defense the same way a 16-year-old drives.
Yeah,
it's like, dude,
or other things.
Well, my son, I had a flat tire the other day. My son came and picked me up. I hope he's not listening. If you are, buddy, it's all good. But like, you drive differently when you're a 16-year-old. He had to come pick me up, and he drove me home.
White knuckle.
I'm like, dude, just slow down. Like, why are you right? And he wasn't doing anything that was like, I mean, he's a very good driver, but I was just like, why do you hit the gas like that? But I have to remind myself because he's 17.
I'm driving to win, Dad.
Like that's how I drove when I was 17.
I used to e-brake it into my spot, dude. I would come flying in the morning to the Oak Ridge High School parking lot and hit the e-brake and just do the Tokyo drift right into my spot and get out like I own the place.
Oh, why did we do that?
I don't know.
It's like you have a foot brake. Why hit the e-brake? Because it's cool.
I have too many stories now for air. We were idiots.
Of course.
Idiots. Who invented you get a driver's license at age 16?
Because
I was an idiot. Still am, but like driving, I was an idiot.
We all were.
How I'm sitting here talking to you right now?
I don't know. If you're 20-something and you're listening to us, just trust me. We'll tell you something right now. Later in life, you will go, how the hell am I still alive? Everybody does it. You turn 40 or 50 or whatever, and you're like, I don't even know how I made it.
Like, bro, pass this car. It's a double line. I don't care. Pass him. This guy's going too slow. And just like, there's a car coming right. We used to do all this stuff.
Dude, of course.
Lights were suggestions.
Drive on the wrong side of the road for fun. Just check it out.
Yeah.
Let's see if my car will get to 100. Let's try.
We invented third world driving. We did. Have you ever been like in winter ball? Winter ball in Venezuela and Mexico? There's no rules.
Yeah.
There's no rules. The lights or whatever. There's suggestions. Everyone's in the middle of the intersection honking at each other. There's no rules.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
We invented that.
Yeah. Well, you were a professional athlete. You didn't have to grow up.
No. Still haven't. That's why I like being around the game. It keeps you young.
Yeah.
It's fun. Being around those guys all the time.
You're still wearing a backwards hat. It's great.
I will be, but I'm 100.
I'm all for it.
I'm not going to say
I'm all for it. Yeah.
But getting back to the point, like the future is bright for this team, and I don't want to sit here and like moral victories because this is championshipville. We talked about that yesterday. We're not going for wild cards. Screw wild cards.
Yeah, but I'm with you.
But like there's some good things about this season when there wasn't good things about last season. What was good about last season with the Warriors? Name one thing.
What was good about last season with the Warriors? That they beat the Kings. How about that? Game 7 in Sacramento.
Steph Curry had to give a speech on the bus.
I know.
For a game 7.
Yeah, but I am Dibs and I talk about this a lot, and I think you probably will agree with me. I am much more of a process guy than a results guy.
Same.
Like that's a John Wooden thing. Like focus on the process, the results will come, and they are also largely often out of your control. So, in other words, I've listened to you talk a lot about this, about the selfishness or the pettiness, if you will, of a lot of fans here who expect and demand that a championship is on the table every year, even though it's like it doesn't work that way. And I've watched fan bases forget that. The Boston Red Sox fan base forgot that. The Warriors fan base forgot that. You forgot, or some of you aren't old enough to know what it was like when Chris Cohan owned this team. And you don't get to just go for a championship because you're awake.
The Giants fans forgot.
The Giants fans have forgot. Right. And so you don't get to do that. And so I'm with you. So I've always remembered there was an interview with Kevin Durant after the Thunder lost when they went to the finals.
Who are you?
Against LeBron and the Heat. And Durant was asked if it was a wasted season. And he launched into an answer of like, no, this happened, this happened, this happened. We can grow from that. It's a little reminiscent of what Giannis did last year.
Yeah.
Remember when he got mad at the reporter after they got eliminated?
Yeah.
He's just like, what are you guys talking about?
Season's not a failure if you don't win a championship.
There's 1,000 things that happen, most of which you all in the public don't even know about that may help us down the road or just are a part of our story. And I support that 100%. The Durant thing, when it happened, was when I was living in LA and it's like Kobe and Shaq's Lakers and people are like, Durant, what a little snowflake. He thinks that there's actually value in losing. It's like, no. So like, did anything good happen last year? Yeah.
What?
I mean,
I can't think of one thing.
Well, but it's all part of the story. You're not going to like my answer.
My point.
It got Jordan Poole off the team.
Okay. All right.
You're not. I know that's a mean-sounding answer. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the way he plays basketball.
But you were a fan in the championship year in 2021.
He was a different basketball player.
I know. He was my favorite player.
Yeah.
And then he just regressed.
Totally. I believe, and this is my thought for Kaminga, I believe that signing that contract changed Jordan Poole. I firmly believe that.
Not getting smoked with a right hook?
And that too. Yeah, it's not all his fault, but it has led to the basketball player we're watching in Washington right now. It's not someone I want on my favorite team. That's for sure.
Well, I guess no moral victories, right? Nobody wants to hear that on Sports Talk Radio. I know I don't. I can't stand it. But there's
wants to call it that.
There's some things trending in the right direction for this team. No matter what happens with the play-in game, the playoffs, do they go on a run as a play-in team and get to the Western Conference? Who knows? There's resume all over the place.
Yeah.
And there's championships all over the place. And they know what they're doing once they get there, and they'll turn it up a notch. But like, there's some decent things going on right now.
I also look at this as just a stupid fan. I really do. Game 4, Warriors-Kings. A couple of my long time buddies, favorite people in the world who don't live around here anymore, have moved away. They were back in town. We all got together at the Tap House right around the corner from here, and we all watched the Warriors beat the Kings in Sacramento. Beautiful night. I'll never forget it. So when you say, like, is there value in the Warriors even making the playoffs? Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, even if they lose. Let's do this. You know what I mean? Let's play the games.
I just like the way they're playing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what they are because they frustrate you, like the Knicks game, and then you see last night, no, it was the Grizzlies, and they're undermanned, but like that was a beautiful display of basketball.
Yes, it was. I agree.